September 10th, 1927. I was born in Waynesburg, Ohio, and I grew up in Waynesburg, Ohio. Well, when you're growing up, in those days you didn't have much, you didn't expect to have much, but I don't know, you just had a good time of living. You didn't really think about it, Mm-hmm. There was enough food on the table, and you had clothes, but yeah. Well, I enjoyed it. You enjoyed life,
Kind of get some ideas of different jobs that you might be interested in doing.
First job when I was probably 15. In those days, when summer vacation, you could get a job anywhere. I worked at Timken's. I worked in the brake plants at East Canton here in Waynesburg. And then before I went into service, I worked at Republic Steel. So it was easy to get a job. Even during Christmas vacation for a week or two, you could just go and work and make a little bit of money, not much, but the women had to go into these factories, yeah, because most of the men were drafted. In fact, here in town, men up to 43 years old were getting drafted. At 43. They probably didn't see action, but the war ended. But women had to work. Men were all in the service. Didn't have enough men, enough people to be employed in these factories. They had to get women. In fact, when I was, I think, a junior or senior, summer vacation, I worked at the Timken plant. There was all women in there. Well, most of them, yeah, where I worked at, handling cups and cones, yeah. Mm-hmm. In fact, me and my buddy was, I think, the only two men in the whole department. And that's what happened during World War II. All the women went to work, and a lot of them after the war continued to work. Because they liked their jobs and they made the money. So actually, I think it most likely hurt the families, because the mother left, But and then that's what I think. I think they had these jobs and they liked the jobs, so they just continued to work. And see, the women, in World War II, they had to work. There wasn't no manpower. Well, my dad, he worked in the brake plant most of his life as a supervisor, and mother was a homemaker, housewife, house mother. It was on a Sunday. I was at home. In fact, let's see. I mean, at that age, I was probably dumbfounded. I didn't understand it, why it happened. But at that age, you just don't realize, you just think, they were wrong, and they were wrong, And then again, I don't know, there's so many, two wrongs don't make a right, so. Of course, you did have blackouts, and, but it was such far away. The only time that it affected you is when a family got news in town that their son either been wounded or killed in action, Okay, the war started in 41, so I was 14 years old. Well, at 14, you go to school and you come back, and there was always duties at home to perform, mow the lawn, make a garden, and sometimes housework too. Yeah. I didn't get out of that either, Yeah, sure. Dustin. Now I realize how much work there is for a woman to take care of a house. Oh boy. You had to have a book of stamps for meat, for butter and milk. Gas was rationed too. And you could only get so much meat and so much milk and butter per week. You had a book that lasted a whole month. And there was stamps in there when you went to the meat market. Whatever meat you got, you handed them a stamp. You had to have those stamps in order to buy the stuff, but you had to have the money to be able to pay for it. Oh, there was a lot from this town, and a lot of them died. In fact, there was an honor row in one of the buildings. I don't know how many there were that left this town. And I forget how many that perished, that died in the war. In fact, it was quite a number for a little town as we were.
Mm-hmm.
It was a high percentage. But after the war, they just continued to work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see here.
Oh, that's the first time probably in my life that I had bitterness towards them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
At that time. In fact, they used to have a little theater in Waynesburg. They used to have war pictures, and after you watched with them, you wanted to join.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's trying to con you or what. Yeah, you know, and then after the war, after you've seen all what they did, that was sad, really. And but that's the evil in the world, honey. What Japan did, like Germany and Japan, now Italy, I guess in World War I, they didn't get the benefit of it, so they just went with Hitler and in Germany. But now Japan, there's so many stories about the Japanese war that we call both. In other words, that we coasted them into it, but no, that was, to me, that's just evil. And that's what happens in the world. There's wars and rumors of wars. There always will be. But, sure, if there was any bitterness, and I had bitterness towards Japan and Germany. I never gave it a thought. You know, when you're 14, that's, it lasted 4 years, say. I remember it was in August. I can remember the sirens were blowing, you know, that the war was over. I really never thought about it. You know, at that age, you don't think about going to war or might even getting killed. Well, like I said, I can remember August of 45. We were all down the playground, a bunch of us, and the siren blew, you know, and it kept blowing, and someone hollered, said, "The war's over, the war's over." You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, at 14, 4 years, I was 18. I was getting ready to go, really.
Mm-hmm.